The atomic theory was developed 2,600 years ago by an ancient Hindu sage. Is history as we know wrong? Despite the fact that John Dalton, an English chemist and physicist, is credited with developing the atom theory, the truth may be more surprising than you could imagine. If we take a look at historic records, some 2,600 years before Dalton, an ancient Hindu sage and philosopher called Kashyap developed it. Born in 600 BC, near Dwarka, Kashyap is the actual father of the atomic theory. People called him Kanad, as Kan, which in ancient Sanskrit is translated to the smallest particle, after he was seen gathering grains from the street while on a pilgrimage to Prague. Kashyap was fascinated by small particles and began collecting them. When asked why he was accumulating them, he responded that while individual grains might appear as useless or worthless, a collection of hundreds of grains could make someone's daily meal. He explained how a selection of meals could feed a family and ultimately all of humankind, demonstrating how the smallest grains mattered more than anyone could imagine. Kashyap was fascinated with the world around him and started writing down his views on everything that surrounded him, and eventually conceptualized the idea of the smallest particle that constitutes everything we see and don't see. Kashyap passed his knowledge on to others, and people then started referring to him as Acharya, the teacher. Eventually, he became known by the name of Acharya Kanad, or the teacher of small particles. The more you read about Kanad, the more fascinated you will become with his life and work. The story behind how he imagined the idea of a particle that could not be divided any further is remarkably compelling. One day, he was walking with food in his hand, and started breaking it into smaller and smaller pieces until he realized he could not break down the food any further because it was too small. It was then when Acharya Kanad described the invisible matter as Paramu, or Ana, which translated means atom. Acharya Kanad explained how invisible matter could not be sensed through any human organ, nor can it be seen by the naked eye. Acharya Kanad stated that an inherent urge made one atom combine with another. Acharya Kanad further explained that when two ana which belonged to the same class of substance were combined, a Dvinuka or binary molecule was created. The ancient Hindu saga theorized that different mixtures of ana produced very different types of substances. It was Kanad who also put forward the idea that atoms could be combined in several different ways, which would produce chemical changes in the presence of other factors like heat. To provide a more uncomplicated explanation, Kanad gave the blackening of earth and pot and ripening of fruit as an example. Kanad was also the founder of the Vishaka school of philosophy, a place where he shared his ideas, knowledge, and explained his theories about atoms, the nature of the cosmos, and all that surrounds us, both visible and invisible. He also wrote a book titled Vishak Darshan, where he presented all of his research. In regards to Kanad, his ideas, theories and discoveries, A. L. Basham, a veteran Australian Indologist, asserted that Kanad's teachings were brilliant, imaginative explanations of the physical structure of the world, and in large measure, agreed with the findings of modern physics. However, Acharya Kanad wasn't the only source of superior knowledge from ancient India. According to observations by one of the most prominent Indian scientists, certain slokas aka verses of the Holy Vedas texts make mention of several undiscovered natural phenomena that were discovered by Westerners many centuries later. Madhavanaya stressed that the Vedas, or also known as the four sacred texts of one of the oldest missing Vedic religion, described the presence of water on the moon, the gravitational force, and other scientific phenomena there were not supposed to be known of until centuries later. The Vedas hold an incredible wealth of information in the field of space and atomic energy. We were on the right track until the year 600 BC, before the invasion, said 71-year-old Padma Vibhushan Awardee, who believes the Vedas are a treasure trove of knowledge, comprising information on metallurgy, algebra, astronomy, math, architecture, and astrology, among other things. According to the former head of the Indian Space Agency, the Chandrayaan-1 satellite orbited around the moon thanks to an equation expressed thousands of years ago by Aryabhata.